So have you ever asked that question from yourself, like I will do tomorrow, but unfortunately, tomorrow has never come. You know, like like as a human being, we know exactly what do we really want in life. We have a desires, we have a purpose, we have a goals, we have a dreams. Unfortunately, we kind of tend to delay them, right? You know what? Procrastination is not the problem only for modern life. 3,000 years ago, Asian philosophers, Asian people, Asian like wiser people, thinkers, have been struggling, they've been questioning, they've been studying the human brain, the mind, to figure out why do we usually delay the thing that we know which is really important to us to complete, right? So they're trying to find a solution for this problem, right? How can we defeat the procrastination? You know what? Today I'm going to share you 8 rules to beat procrastination, which is going to help you to thrive better, to achieve your goals better. It will actually help you to, ask more from life. And you know what? One thing which I'm really surprised at, because one thing about that I love about Asian philosophy, especially Stoic philosophy, it's kind of uniquely suited any part of our life. As much as I do consider, people have been having so much struggle a couple of 1,000 years ago. So anyway, there's 8 rules that I'm gonna share you. The Asian philosophy rules. All of them comes from Stoic philosophy. To our 3,000 years ago. Idea is that this rules have been practicing with people 3,000. I think it's really there's so much actually. It's been a long time. People have been practicing. I think it means it's really worth enough to try, right? As I've been studying philosophy for a couple of 3 and 2 years. I think I found so much insight. I found so much information. I found so much help through this field, because as long as I do believe philosophy is universe, right? Like if you want to understand what human being is, if you understand what our life means, if you want to understand how to become a good person, how to achieve more, how to find meaning in life, I think philosophy is really the right place to go. I think my favorite philosopher, his name is Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a emperor of the Rome. He was an emperor who happened in philosophy. He actually beautifully put in his book that people who doesn't practice philosophy, they're not human beings. They don't know really how to live in life, because they don't know what actually really means to live as a human being. So okay, you know what, welcome to my channel. My name is Tommy, and this channel is basically aiming for people to aiming for the topic about philosophy that explores different topic, different things that will help you to thrive, help you to achieve more, help you to appreciate more, help you to be grateful for a moment that you live, help you to live in discipline, strenuous life, help you to mm, to be grateful and to learn more about philosophy. And if you like so far what we did, what you have done so far, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll start with our first rule. First rule to beat procrastination. My favorite rule, I think the most important rule ever we have, is start it by step. Start step by step. So I think like reason why people procrastinate, because they're the opposite of this rule. They usually, you know, just the opposite. What does mean opposite? They usually extrapolate everything all the way until the end, right? They think about like all the bad scenarios, all the thing that it may happen to them before they have actually taken an action, right? For example, we just give example of going to gym, right? I think going to gym usually one real habit, but usually a lot of people, I think many people in life in this world has been struggling to be consistent, has been struggling to actually to go to the gym and to be in good shape. And when someone wants to go to the gym, what they do usually, which I used to do before, I would think about all the bad scenarios that I would be in, all the bad scenarios I would experience, all the struggles, all the effort I had to put to be in a good shape. Well, of course, I mean, going to the gym and all the doing this hard thing is gonna take time. You have to be patient, but Stoic philosophy actually says it's not a good idea, because if you think about all the bad scenarios and all this stuff before you take action, you will be crashed as a whole in life by nature. So Stoic actually philosophy give us great direction, great solution for this. It's actually described by Marcus Aurelius, who was an emperor. He actually said that you have to stick what's in front of you. He basically trying to tell you that you just have to focus on a small, tiny action possible, right? To beat procrastination. The small action could be just iteration. It could be just idea. You don't have to like start one action right away. You just have to focus on a little idea, right? Like, okay, so you want to go to the gym, right? Okay, what can you do? Just you have to go to the gym first. You have to familiarize yourself with the machine. You have to, start off making plans for your day. Have to work have to work on your shoulder one day, have to work on your chest one day. I think that's idea which will to start small step by step will help you to beat procrastination ultimately. And also we have a really popular figure in philosophy, Zeno. Zeno is actually the founder of Stoic philosophy. He actually further support this idea by highlighting that well-being is realized by small action, but not small thing. You're basically trying to illustrate the fact that you just have to focus on small action, right? Of course, I can totally understand that for someone who just started doing something new, small action may not seem as a profound, may not be seen as a significant, may not be seen as a really important, but this small action is really matter. This small action result is really matter, because the idea is that this result will compound. This result will add up. This result will become bigger one day. So you have to understand that focus on small matter is really, really crucial. Okay, so our second rule. Second rule is have a routine. So life without design is erratic. So what does it mean? The quote actually comes from Stoic philosophy, and I love it a lot. I've been falling in love with code for a long time, right? You have to need a plan to have a good life. You have to need a plan to beat procrastination, right? Because as long as we know that our life is made of years, our years is made of month, our month is made of week is made of days, right? How we do anything in life, how we do everything, right? If you spend your day one, if you spend one day meaningfully with a plan, with a knowing how you're gonna spend your day, it means you have to spend your life meaningfully, right? So the idea is that you just really have to realize that how your day is being spent. And there's a really good idea, like the reason actually why we do procrastinate in life, because we have so many choices, right? So to address to combat this problem, Stoic philosophy try to tell us to eliminate these choices by having a routine. You just have to really specifically know, like even detailed thing, right? Like for example, what time do I wake up? What time do I have a breakfast? What time I go to work, or what kind of clothes I do wear today, or what kind of people I will meet today. The core idea is having a routine is basically will help you to beat procrastination, because if you have a last thing to do in your to-do list, you have less opportunity to engage in procrastination. So it's really important. Keep in mind and try to practice every single day. Third rule to beat procrastination is to eliminate inessential. Right? So basically idea of eliminate essential, which helps us to beat procrastination, is basically comes from having a good routine. And having a good routine and this third rule are quite a bit similar for one each other, right? So and I wanna state my favorite quote for Marcus Aurelius again, the king of philosophy. He said that most of we do is an essential, right? In life, most of thing we do is an essential. So we need to eliminate an essential thing in life. You will get double benefit of doing what's essential, and you will spend more time on it, right? You'll basically introduce extra space in your mind to do what's really important, what is really crucial. You will figure out what is your principle in life, what do you prioritize in life, right? So ultimately, so idea is that you have to eliminate essential. You have to say no more, right? You have to say no a lot. And the Stoic actually philosopher advises we have to say no more. But we do say yes all the time, right? I mean, yeah, saying yes is good, right? But if you're saying no more, if you're saying yes all the time, it means you're basically and directly disrespecting yourself, right? Let me just give you a simple example. Let's say you have a really tight time. You have a really no resources to help someone out, but your friend asks you know what? Can you please help me? Can you please, cover for me because I had to go somewhere. And you say out of kindness, and out of kindness we say, yeah, of course I will do for you. But you have no resources, you have no time to be able to help him out. So what do we say? Yes, because we don't want them to feel like we don't want to feel like we are a bad friend. But this is not kindness. I think you're basically lying, and you're basically trying to pretend like you are being kind. That's not truth. So when you say no to the thing, it means you're saying yes to the thing in the future. You're saying yes to the time that you'll spend with your family in the future. You're saying yes to the time that you will spend time more with yourself more. You're saying yes to the time that you will spend on the thing that which is important, which is vital, which is crucial to your life, right? So ultimately, by focusing on only important thing, important thing that which is matter, means all the thing that you will accomplish in life will be matter. So remind yourself is really important. The fourth important rule to beat procrastination: cultivate sense of urgency. So I think that one the part of the reason that we do procrastinate in life, because we think we have a tomorrow, we think we have a forever, right? I think like this is one of the insanity of human being to think like we live forever. And I wanna tell my favorite argument that comes from Seneca. Seneca actually, who is a famous and really well known in philosophy of Stoic. And he actually would argue that people actually get death really wrong. People get death really wrong. He said that people think like death is something happen in the future. People think that death will happen something far off. People think that death will happen to us when we, kind of go to end of our life. But that's not true. He said it's opposite. Death is happening right now. We have been dying every single day. And he also puts beautifully, every time you spend wisely or maybe you spend wastefully, that passes belong to death. That's the basic reason that you're dying, right? Doctors would know that as soon as you're born with a full of certainty that one day you will die. We have all that mark our body that will die, right? As a philosophy put beautifully, this is actually one of the province which never fails. We will all die, right? I'm totally sure that future is uncertain. I also know that death is certain, right? That is gonna happen to us all. And the people who thought that they would live forever. People who thought that they would enjoy all the money, all the fortunes they had earned. What happened to them? Look at the past. What happened to them? They're all dead, right? They couldn't unfortunately enjoy the things they had spent their whole time to allocate. Look at the Alexander Makansky, the guy who had ambitions, which was bigger than the world. He has ambitions to conquer whole world. What happened to him? He would just die, right? His name was forgotten, right? Something will happen to you. Now, after a couple of weeks, maybe after a couple of years, we may go to your friend's funeral. But after a couple of years, your friend will go to your funeral. Your life and your name will be forgotten. So idea is that you have to let this as a sense of urgency to do the thing that you have been putting up, do the thing you have been avoiding. Because now you have a time, now you have a chance to engage in. This time will never come, right? Time is something precious which will never be, which we will never make up more. Realize it, understand it, because it's gonna give you a sense of strength. So to be grateful of the time you have right now, right? This time will never come again, right? As I mentioned before, time is one of the most precious thing that no one will never accumulate, no one will ever make more in the future. That's clear. That is really important, right? So I think you have to remind yourself, like as you put things off, you're basically dying, right? As I mentioned before, as a Stoic philosophy, Seneca would tell that you're dying every single day. And there is my favorite Latin expression, momentum mori. Momentum mori basically means that you remember you must die, right? You should know that you will die in this life. You're not gonna be here to enjoy anything you have earned, anything that you have sacrificed, right? So spend your time wisely, reminding yourself that you have so much thing going on, but you have to focus on what's matter. You have to focus on what's essential by eliminating essential. You have to never ever defer things. You never have to avoid things. If you things matter, if you think it's important, just focus on and just start it. That's the idea of sense of urgency. Okay, our fifth rule: seek out better company. Company means seek out better friend, right? I think like you're likely to procrastinate because you're spending time with people whose procrastination is just totally okay, right? So Stoic actually, in order to address this problem, Stoic would actually give us really great advice to seek out new friend. You have to map out new company, right? They actually give us what kind of friend we have to look for. You have to look for friends who are committed, who are doers, who don't put things up, who don't avoid things, right? Decided like finding a better company will extend to from visual to the online, right? You have to be careful with whom you are following in Instagram, YouTube, in the Facebook, in Twitter. These people will affect you ritually. You know, your brain will be affected by these people. If you follow people who are wiser, if you follow people who are clear, if you follow people who knows what they're talking about, you'll get better. You will learn more things. You will eventually let to happiness and gratefulness in your life, right? So when you spend with the people that who loves talking about different things, who are a good person, who helps you to enhance and evolve as a human being, you basically by doing so you will find out that your own procrastination will diminish by itself, right? Okay, that was our fifth rule. Seek out better company. Our sixth rule is all about momentum, right? Like the core principle of Stoicism that is all about small wins, right? It's all about small wins in life. I want to share my favorite rule that I have read once from my favorite book. I think you guys know this book is called Atomic Habit, right? Atomic Habit was written by James Clear. James Clear is one of the most popular, one of the most well-known author in the world. He's written one of the best habit book ever in the world. Actually, when I was watching his podcast, he actually shared one person rule metaphor. He said that you have to focus on to get better 1% every single day, right? Whatever habit you have in life, maybe you want to go to gym, maybe you want to read book, maybe you want to just go to diet, maybe you want to just basically learn new language or new thing, you want to learn new skill. You just have to do it 1% better than you did year to day. By the end of the year, you'll have finished it, you'll have done, you'll have improved 30.6% something better. It means you will improve, you will enhance. This thing will become this result will compound, they will made up, they will add up, right? If you do opposite, unfortunately, if you engage in a thing that which is not working for you, like going to a club or wasting your time, or like spend with the people who doesn't appreciate your values, whose values are not aligned with yours, it's the opposite, and your personality will get worse, you will get worse, and you will eventually slave to procrastination. Idea is that you have to understand it's all about small wins, right? And I wanna give my own experience. Like I think like a couple of months ago, actually I really wanted to create a course, online course about Stoic philosophy, and I did it. As a matter of fact, we have an online course. You guys are all welcome, by the way. And I just really had so much idea. I was hesitant, and I had so much idea to what to do, right? And I basically felt like, how could I possibly pull this up? How could I possibly do online course which I've never done before? Then I think one thing which I did was quite beautiful and really amusing. Which I did is I basically divided my whole 1 month, 130 days course into several days, right? I practiced at them. I made the presentation for each day in each day. Of course, the course was supposed to finish within a month, but I did finish within 2 months. I was 1 month late, but you know what? Result was clear. I did pull it off. I made it happen. I was, of course, really excited because I didn't struggle. Of course, I struggled on the way. That was hard to do so, but still, I felt much happier. I felt really relaxed because I knew that I was making a progress every single day. Idea is that it's not about small moment. It's about small events. If you just did one little improvement a day, like when you go through a hard time in life, this one small wins will be a reminder that you will be able to go through these challenges better and much healthier and much stronger, right? So our 7 rules. Stop being perfectionist, right? So my favorite author and also YouTuber, Ryan Holiday, he said that perfectionism is also another way of saying paralysis. He said that when we live upon procrastination, we're basically violating the most core principle of Stoic philosophy, right? We just basically thinking too much about, we think really too much about outcome, right? Because there is a core principle of Stoic philosophy. The idea is that there's a thing that we can control and there's a thing that we cannot control, right? We have a thing that we have a power over, we have a thing we cannot possibly control as a human being, and the result and outcomes are the thing we cannot control. You can control your effort. You can study as much as you can. You can skip all the night to study what really matters. Unfortunately, result still will not be controlled by you. You have to let the result aside for whomever will make the result for you. You have to focus on the most important task. What is important for you, right? What is really within your control? Just focus on what is in front of you. As we go back to our first rule, start by small action. Just focus on what's in front of you. Just focus on what within your control. By just asking whether I'm doing perfect, whether I'm doing better. This is not gonna let you nowhere. The idea is that you have to focus on what within your control. This is really crucial. Focus on what's within your control. Just then do it. Just take action. Just make it happen. Right? That was our 7th idea. And our last idea is that you have to demand the best of and the best for yourself. So I want to share my favorite quote from Epictetus. So Epictetus is also an Asian philosopher who unfortunately was born in slave family. Epictetus' name actually is acquired one. His name was a slave name, right? And he became one of the famous philosophers who had done so much contribution to the Stoic philosophy, right? He said that, I want to read my favorite. I want to read guys for you. He basically said that here. I got a note. Epictetus actually said that, if not now, when? And there's a quote he mentioned: putting things off and deferring the day to which you will attend to yourself, to which you will get serious about that thing. He basically is saying that you will live and die as someone quite ordinary if you just live simply. Therefore, you have to always demand the best, right? You are worth of it. I think like a reason why we do procrastinate is because we think that we cannot do. We think we're not worth of it, but the idea is that you are worth of it because you can do that, right? There's an idea like if you practice anything in life, you can master it. You can practice anything in life, you can become master of it. So the idea is that stop deferring, stop putting things up, stop avoiding, and always demand the best for you. Ask more, do it better, do it accurately, do it in a way that people will think you're the expert of it, right? That way you will be able to beat procrastination eventually. So guys, that was our last 8 procrastination that we shared. I hope this 8 procrastination that we shared was helpful. If you like it, I'm really excited. Please put the subscribe on, and I'm really appreciate it. If you like the philosophy, if you like what we do here, if you like Stoic philosophy specifically, please follow us. Please be our family in our journey, because we're gonna do a lot of things, right? Because I have a really dream in life. I have a purpose in life. My purpose is basically to be in need of help, right? I've been always thinking like, what can I do? What can I possibly do as a human being to help people, to help them to grow, to help them to become great person, help them to to follow what their nature is really demanding to do. Then I thought like, and I found out that I could help people through philosophy, right? So I've been trying to help people through philosophy, through physically, through mentally, through spiritually, through financially. So please help me out in this journey, and please join to my YouTube channel and keep and like look after us. I hope you will learn a lot, because there's so much we can share. There's so much we're gonna make about philosophy. So thank you, and bye bye.